Wayne, I'm going to chat to Wayne.
Have a little chat with Wayne.
Are you there, Mr. Wayne Fitzgerald?
Kev, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for coming on our show today. We were teasing this just before 7. Quite excited, actually, by something potentially new and big and different coming to the city. What is the idea?
Well, I just randomly, as I do, tweeted from Bournemouth last week, where I was on the local government conference. They have a fantastic observation wheels, not a Ferris wheel, not to be confused, an observation wheel like the London Eye, not as big though, no doubt, which is a 10-minute cycle of rotation. And I asked the question of the public, would it be a good idea if we had one of those in Peterborough? And I got various reactions.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Mixed views. But let me first say there was a natural assumption that the City Council should pay for it. In fact, it's completely the opposite. It would cost us nothing, and in fact, they would pay us to have it. Now, there needs to be a business case for them to do that, but they're very interested in talking to us about it. And I said, what a great thing to have maybe next to the Lido or on the Embankment, because if we want to boost tourism and, the economy, would it be a good attraction? So,
Wayne, I've got to come in here. I've just got to come in here, Wayne, and pick you up on something. You said what a great idea it would be, and it would bring tourists in. Based on what? What would be the view? Because there isn't that much of a view, is there?
Yes, there is. Actually, I've been on top of the ABAC Stadium, okay? And actually, looking across the river from there, there's a fantastic view. So, no, there are some great views in Peterborough. I've also been on the top of Cumberland House, which is behind the cathedral. So if you go on some of these high buildings around the city, you'll be surprised what view there is. So, look, let me give you some stats, okay? Overnight stays in Peterborough are up by 40% over the past 2 years, okay? We've got plenty of things going on. Visitor rates are up by 35% in the city. Last year we had we were known as the City of Festivals, with so many great things for people to do, like Tim Peake spacecraft. You'll remember that in the cathedral. Oktoberfest, the beer festival, and of course this weekend...
Wayne, you're just listing some good events. Let's get back to this big wheel. Why is the big wheel a good idea?
I'm telling you, people are coming to the city, Kev.
Yeah, well, we get that.
People are coming to the city, all right?
We get that people are coming to the city. I want to get you back on this wheel. We're getting reaction coming in from people saying there's no decent things to see from up high.
Well, they don't know unless you've been up there. I've just told you there is. I've been, on some of the highest places around the city, and there are good views. Look, it's a great idea. Put it next to the Lido, put it by the river embankment, cost the City Council nothing. In fact, they will pay us. Well,
that aspect of it is really good, and I think as soon as people realise it's not going to be taxpayers' money, then that immediately takes the sting out of that one. But I just want to understand better the background to it. You saying it's actually a good business idea for somebody. I mean, we need someone to crunch the numbers. Christine has just texted in. Wayne, Christine has just texted in saying we are not a tourist city on the scale of, say, Liverpool, but you got to start somewhere. So I guess that's a semi-positive.
They're not going to come and do it if it doesn't stack up, Kev.
Just final question then. You say they're not going to do it if it doesn't stack up, so they'll do the numbers. What would you say to people who might look at it and go, well, that'll just be a blot on the landscape?
Well, I'm sure they said about that about the cathedral when they built it 900 years ago. It's... Let's be positive. We've got a great city to talk about here, and as I said, I've given you some interesting facts about why more people are coming to Peterborough. This would just be a great idea, and it's a nice thing to have. It's not a bad thing, and it doesn't cost us a penny.
And just one final question: you said it's not to be referred to as a Ferris wheel, so we can't refer to it as like the Peterborough Eye, like the London Eye. This idea.
It's the same thing. It's an observation wheel, so it goes very, very slowly. It's a 10-minute cycle. In terms of, it's not a fairground ride. It's something that you take your time over, and there are plenty of them up and down the country in different cities, so why can't we have one in Peterborough?
Okay, Councillor Wayne Fitzgerald, the Deputy Leader of Peterborough City Council. Nice chatting to you. And after 8 this morning, we'll be getting more reaction to the idea of a big wheel in Peterborough, but we can also talk now to someone who's just called the show. It's Maria in Peterborough. Good morning, Maria. What would you like to say?
Morning, Kev.
So you heard the suggestion, a Ferris wheel for Peterborough. What do you think?
Not good.
Okay, why?
I think there's I think there's a lot of other things that we could do in the city that could drive tourism. I don't think Ferris wheel is one of them. I know York had one many years ago, which I don't believe is open anymore. It's not something that would attract me to come to a city. I think as a city, we're very accessible. Anybody can get to the city from major cities on rail or road. And I think for us, for Peterborough, I think it should be something more like a mini Wicksteed Park or a Twin Lakes or something that's going to bring families for the weekends, which is what we don't have.
Okay, so rather than a giant Ferris wheel, a theme park. Now, a theme park, I'm thinking, would cost a heck of a lot more money than a wheel.
Yeah, absolutely agree. But I think there must be companies out there that, if the city or the council or whoever it is that would do it, are promoting the city to the right people, they would invest in that sort of thing. We've got a key area coming to the city, which is bringing in commuters from London. We're so accessible now to London. And within my business, we're now promoting how close we are, that families can come and stay and then visit London for the day within sort of like a 40-minute transfer. So,
Okay.
We should be putting Peterborough on the map, and we're not.
I presume you're in the hotel business?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Okay.
And, I think there's new hotels coming to the city, and it's not going to be the last. The ones that are coming next year, there's going to be more coming because people are realising how accessible and a vibrant city we are. Population's growing. There's more companies coming, but unfortunately, it's sometimes the wrong companies. There's a lot of distribution companies that are coming, and it needs to be companies, that are going to bring people and keep the city vibrant.
Okay. So Maria says, forget about a wheel. Give us a Wicksteed Park or a Twin Lakes. Thank you for being on the show today, Maria, and have a good day.
All right, thanks.